We're doing the first 50 prior to our Satsang, taking a moment to be still and invite spirit into our hearts, into the space, assuming a posture of readiness and openness, willingness.
Just, I guess, a bit of a prayer of thanks. I was feeling a bit anxious before the meeting, and just I hadn't been praying or anything during the day, and now we've already come together and just quieted my mind. I'm already feeling so peaceful, and just get so much just from reading these lessons. That's my prayer of thanks. And should I just start?
I'd love it if you would. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nothing I see means anything. The reason this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, that I may learn to see. What I think I see now is taking the place of vision. I must let it go by realizing it has no meaning, so that vision may take its place. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this I see. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality, because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments, because I want to see. My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. I do not oh, sorry.
No, thank you. Perfect.
I do not understand anything I see. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it, but there is every reason to let it go and make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I made before?
Thank you, love. Gemma, would you like to read a few?
Yeah.
Thank you.
These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything because I am trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I am not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think, because I am constantly trying to justify my thoughts. I'm constantly trying to make them true. I make all things my enemies so that my anger is justified and my attacks are warranted. I have not realized how much I have misused everything I see by assigning this role to it. I have done this to defend a thought system that has hurt me and that I no longer want. I am willing to let it go. I am upset because I see what is not there. Reality is never frightening. It is impossible it could upset me. Reality brings only perfect peace. When I am upset, it is because I have replaced reality with illusions I made up. The illusions are upsetting because I have given them reality and thus regard reality as an illusion. Nothing in God's creation is affected in any way by this confusion of mine. I am always upset by nothing.
Thank you, Gemma. Barrie, would you like to read it, please, brother?
Yeah.
Thank
you. I see only the past. As I look about, I condemn the world I look upon, and I call this seeing. I hold the past against everyone and everything, making them my enemies. When I have forgiven myself and remembered who I am, I will bless everyone and everything I see. There will be no past and therefore no enemies. And I will look with love on all that I've failed to see before. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see only my own thoughts. My mind is preoccupied with the past. What then can I see as it is? Let me remember that I look on the past to prevent the present from dawning on my mind. Let me understand that I'm trying to use time against God. Let me learn to give the past away, realizing that in so doing, I'm giving up nothing. I see nothing as it is now. If I see nothing as it is now, it can truly be said that I see nothing. Yeah. I can see only what is now. The choice is not whether to see the past or the present. The choice is merely whether to see or not. What I have chosen to see has cost me vision. Now I will choose again that I may see.
I'd love it if you to read one more. If you could just take a moment and just take a nice solid breath.
My thoughts do not mean anything. I have no private thoughts. Yet it is only private thoughts of which I am aware. What can these thoughts mean? They do not exist, and so they mean nothing. Yet my mind is part of creation and part of its creator. Would I not rather join the thinking of the universe than to obscure all that is really mine with my pitiful and meaningless private thoughts?
Do one more for me, please.
My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. Since the thoughts of which I'm aware do not mean anything, the world that pictures them can have no meaning. What is producing this world is insane, and so is what it produces. Reality is not insane, and I have real thoughts as well as insane ones. I can therefore see a real world if I look to my real thoughts as my guide for seeing. I'm upset because I see a meaningless world.
Thank you.
Insane thoughts are upsetting. They produce a world in which there's no order. Anywhere. Only chaos rules a world that represents chaotic thinking. Chaos has no laws. Cannot live in peace in such a world. I'm grateful this world is not real. And that I need not see it at all unless I choose to value it. I do not choose to value what is totally insane and has no meaning.
I'll do one more.
A meaningless world engenders fear. The totally insane engenders fear because it is completely undependable and offers no grounds for trust. Nothing in madness is dependable. It holds out no safety and no hope. But such a world is not real. I've given it the illusion of reality and suffer from my belief in it. Now I choose to withdraw this belief, place my trust in reality. In choosing this, I will escape all the effects of the world of fear because I'm acknowledging that it does not exist.
Yeah. Oh, you can't stop here. You have to take a breath and read this next one.
God did not create a meaningless world. How can a meaningless world exist if God did not create it? He's the source of all meaning, and everything that is real is in his mind. It is in my mind too, because he created it with me. Why should I continue to suffer from the effects of my own insane thoughts when the perfection of creation is my home? Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide.
And just read that last sentence one more time.
Let me remember the power of my decision and recognize where I really abide.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Okay.
Ooh, Charmaine.
My thoughts are images which I have made. Whatever I see reflects my thoughts. It is my thoughts which tell me where I am and what I am. The fact that I see a world in which there is suffering and loss and death shows me that I am seeing only the representation of my insane thoughts, and I'm not allowing my real thoughts to cast their beneficent light on what I see. Yet God's way is sure. The images I have made cannot prevail against him because it is not my will that they do so. My will is his, and I will place no other gods before him. I have no neutral thoughts. Neutral thoughts are impossible because all thoughts have power. They will either make a false world or lead me to the real one. But thoughts cannot be without effects. As the world I see arises from my thinking errors, so will the real world rise before my eyes as I let my errors be corrected. My thoughts cannot be neither true nor false. They must be one or the other. What I see shows me which they are. I see no neutral things. What I see witnesses to what I think. If I did not think, I would not exist, because life is thought. Let me look on the world I see as a representation of my own state of mind. I know that my state of mind can change, and so I also know the world I see can change as well. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. If I have no private thoughts, I cannot see a private world. Even the mad idea of separation had to be shared before it could form the basis of the world I see. Yet that sharing was a sharing of nothing. I can also call upon my real thoughts, which share everything with everybody. As my thoughts of separation call to the separation thoughts of others, so my real thoughts awaken the real thoughts in them. And the world my real thoughts show me will dawn on their side as well as mine. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am alone in nothing. Everything I think or say or do touches all the universe. The Son of God cannot think or speak or act in vain. He cannot be alone in anything. It is therefore in my power to change every mind along with mine, for mine is the power of God.
Do you want to read this next one? Yeah. Take a breath.
I am determined to see. Recognizing the shared nature of my thoughts, I am determined to see. I would look upon the witnesses that show me the thinking of the world has been changed. I would behold the proof that what has been done through me has enabled love to replace fear, laughter to replace weeping, and abundance to replace loss. I would look upon the real world and let it teach me that my will and the will of God are one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do a couple. Good one. Oh. I am determined to see things differently. What I see now are but signs of disease, disaster, and death. This cannot be what God created for his beloved son. The very fact that I see such things is proof that I do not understand God. Therefore, I also do not understand his son. What I see tells me that I do not know who I am. I am determined to see the witnesses to the truth in me, rather than those which show me an illusion of myself. What I see is a form of vengeance. The world I see is hardly the representation of loving thoughts. It is a picture of attack on everything, by everything. It is anything but a reflection of the love of God and the love of his son. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. My loving thoughts will save me from this perception of the world and give me the peace God intended me to have. I want to read this last one. I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. As forgiveness allows love to return to my awareness, I will see a world of peace and safety and joy. And it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. Janine, you want to read a few?
I do not perceive my own best interests. How could I recognize my own best interests when I do not know who I am? What I think are my best interests would merely bind me closer to the world of illusions. I am willing to follow the guide God has given me to find out what my own best interests are, recognizing that I cannot perceive them by myself. I do not know what anything is for. To me, the purpose of everything is to prove that my illusions about myself are real. It is for this purpose that I attempt to use everyone and everything. It is for this that I believe the world is for. Therefore, I do not recognize its real purpose. The purpose I have given the world has led to a frightening picture of it. Let me open my mind to the world's real purpose by withdrawing the one I have given it and learning the truth about it. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. How can I know who I am when I see myself as under constant attack? Pain, illness, loss, age, and death seem to threaten me. All my hopes and wishes and plans appear to be at the mercy of a world I cannot control. Yet perfect security and complete fulfillment are my inheritance. I have tried to give my inheritance away in exchange for the world I see. But God has kept my inheritance safe for me. My own real thoughts will teach me what it is.
Do another one.
Above all else, I want to see, recognizing that what I see reflects what I think I am. I realize that vision is my greatest need. The world I see attests to the fearful nature of the self-image I have made. If I would remember who I am, it is essential that I let this image of myself go. As it is replaced by truth, vision will surely be given me. And with this vision, I will look upon the world and on myself with charity and love.
Do the next one.
Above all else, I want to see differently. The world I see holds my fearful self-image in place and guarantees its continuance. While I see the world as I see it now, truth cannot enter my awareness. I would let the door behind this world be opened for me, that I may look past it to the world that reflects the love of God.
Thank you. Gemma? It's a big one.
Which one are we on? Sorry.
29. Page 9. Oh, you're in the phone. Lesson 56. 14, 29.
Yeah, number 4, 29. God is in everything I see. Behind every image I have made, the truth remains unchanged. Behind every veil I have drawn across the face of love, its light remains undimmed. Beyond all my insane wishes is my will, united with the will of my Father. God is still everywhere and in everything forever, and we who are part of him will yet look past all appearances and recognize the truth beyond them all. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. In my own mind, my own mind behind all my insane thoughts of separation and attack is the knowledge that all is one forever. I have not lost the knowledge of who I am because I have forgotten it. It has been kept for me in the mind of God, who has not left his thoughts. And I, who am among them, am one with them and one with him. I am not the victim of the world I see. How can I be the victim of a world that can be completely undone if I so choose? My chains are loosened. I can drop them off merely by desiring to do so. The prison door is open. I can leave simply by walking out. Nothing holds me in this world. Only my wish to stay keeps me a prisoner. I would give up my insane wishes and walk into the sunlight at last. I have invented the world I see. I made up the prison in which I see myself. So silly. All I need to do is recognize this and I am free. I have deluded myself into believing it is possible to imprison the Son of God. I was bitterly mistaken in this belief, which I no longer want. The Son of God must be forever free. He is as God created him and not what I would make of him. He is where God would have him be and not where I thought to hold him prisoner.
Read the next one, please.
Another one.
Please. 33.
Not my favorite. There is another way of looking at the world.
Thank you, Father.
The purpose of the world is not the one I ascribe to it. There must be another way of looking at it. I see everything upside down. My thoughts are the opposite of truth. My thoughts are the opposite of truth. I see the world as a prison for God's Son. It must be then that the world is really a place where he can be set free. I would look upon the world as it is and see it as a place where the Son of God finds his freedom.
Oh, thank you. I want to really hear Barrie read this next one. Thank you, Gemma.
It is 34, isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
I could see peace instead of this. When I see the world as a place of freedom, I realize it reflects the laws of God instead of the rules I made up for it to obey. I will understand that peace, not war, abides in it. And I will perceive that peace also abides in the hearts of all who share this place with me. My mind is part of God's. I'm very holy. As I share the peace of the world with my brothers, I begin to understand that this peace comes from deep within myself. The world I look upon has taken on the light of my forgiveness and shines forgiveness back at me. And in this light, I begin to see what my illusions about myself kept hidden. I begin to understand the holiness of all living things, including myself, and their oneness with me. My holiness envelops everything I see. From my holiness does the perception of the real world come. Having forgiven, I no longer see myself as guilty. Can accept the innocence. That is the truth about me. Seem to understanding eyes. The holiness of the world is all I see. For I can picture only the thoughts I hold about myself. My holiness blesses the world. The perception of my holiness does not bless me alone. Everyone and everything I see in its light shares in the joy it brings to me. There's nothing that is apart from this joy, because there's nothing that does not share my holiness. As I recognize my holiness, so does the holiness of the world shine forth for everyone to see. And there's nothing my holiness cannot do.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. My holiness is unlimited in its power to heal, because it is unlimited in its power to save. What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself? My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. In the presence of my holiness, which I share with God himself, all idols vanish.
Barrie, could you not go any further and just breathe and read this whole lesson again? Thank you. Ah.
Tyna, did you say to me for me to do something about other than just be
Sorry,
quiet?
I know I'm really low. I'm sorry. I want
No.
to hear this whole lesson from you again. I just want you
38,
to take a moment. No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is unlimited in its power to heal, because it is unlimited in its power to save. What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself?
That line right there.
What are all illusions except false ideas about myself?
In the line before that.
What is there to be saved from except illusions? And what are all illusions except false ideas about myself?
Yes.
My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. And in the presence of my holiness, which I share with God himself, all idols vanish.
Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, Charmaine. Thank you, Barrie. My holiness undoes them all by asserting the truth about me. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. I heard that so clear. Thank you,
My holiness is my salvation. Since my holiness saves me from all guilt, recognizing my holiness is recognizing my salvation. It is also recognizing the salvation of the world. Once I have accepted my holiness, nothing can make me afraid.
Oh.
And because I am unafraid, everyone must share in my understanding, which is the gift of God to me and to the world. I am blessed as a son of God. Herein lies my claim to all good and only good. I am blessed as a son of God. All good things are mine because God intended them for me. I cannot suffer any loss or deprivation or pain because of who I am. My Father supports me, protects me, and directs me in all things. His care for me is infinite and is with me forever. I am eternally blessed as his son. God goes with me wherever I go. How can I be alone when God always goes with me? How can I be doubtful and unsure of myself when perfect certainty abides in him? How can I be disturbed by anything when he rests in me in absolute peace? How can I suffer when joy and love surround me through him? Let me not cherish illusions about myself. I am perfect because God goes with me wherever I go. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Let me not look to my own eyes to see today. Let me be willing to exchange my pitiful illusion of seeing for the vision that is given by God. Christ's vision is his gift, and he has given it to me. Let me call upon this gift today, so that this day may help me to understand eternity. God is my source. I cannot see apart from him. I can see what God wants me to see. I cannot see anything else. Beyond his will lie only illusions. It is these I choose when I think I can see apart from him. It is these I choose when I try to see through the body's eyes. Yet the vision of Christ has been given to me to replace them. It is through this vision that I choose to see. God is the light in which I see. I cannot see in darkness. God is the only light. Therefore, if I am to see, it must be through him. I have tried to define what seeing is, and I have been wrong. Now it is given me to understand that God is the light in which I see. Let me welcome vision and the happy world it will show me. God is the mind with which I think. I have no thoughts I do not share with God. I have no thoughts apart from him, because I have no mind apart from his. As part of his mind, my thoughts are his, and his thoughts are mine.
Thank you. Where are we, Janine?
Yeah, there's 5 left. I'll just read one.
No. Or as many as you like.
God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he is never condemned. The blameless cannot blame, and those who have accepted their innocence see nothing to forgive. Yet forgiveness is the means. Yet forgiveness is the means by which I will recognize my innocence. It is the reflection of God's love on earth. It will bring me near enough to heaven that the love of God can reach down to me and raise me up to him.
Read another. Goodness me. Okay.
God is the strength in which I trust. It is not my own strength through which I forgive. It is through the strength of God in me, which I am remembering as I forgive. As I begin to see, I recognize his reflection on earth. I forgive all things because I feel the stirring of his strength in me. And I begin to remember the love I chose to forget, but which has not forgotten me.
Thank you. Gemma's back. Do you want to read a couple? Just got back, I know.
Yeah, sorry, the little one woke
No
up.
worries.
Where are we up to?
We're 48.
Oh, perfect. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. How safe the world will look to me when I can see it. It will not look anything like what I imagine I see now. Everyone and everything I see will lean toward me to bless me. I will recognize in everyone my dearest friend. What could there be to fear in a world that I have forgiven and that has forgiven me? God's voice speaks to me all through the day. There is not a moment in which God's voice ceases to call on my forgiveness to save me. There is not a moment in which his voice fails to direct my thoughts, guide my actions, and lead my feet. I am walking steadily on toward truth. There is nowhere else I can go, because God's voice is the only voice and the only guide that has been given to his Son. I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. I'm just going to read that bit again.
Mm.
As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, as I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I've never read it like that before.
You want to read it again?
Yeah, please. I am sustained by the love of God as I listen to God's voice. I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son. Beautiful. Thank you.
Anybody else want to read? Thank you, Gemma. That lesson. I do. I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son.
Barrie and Charmaine, can you guys read it too?
Sure.
Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Barrie.
I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son.
Janine, do you feel too?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son.
I remember. I remember.
Janine, will you read it?
It's my lesson. I'll read my lesson after we read this last one. Brother's not here. It's a good one.
Can I read it?
You want to read the lesson? Go. Yeah, sure.
I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision he has given me, I remember that I am his son.
Thank you. I don't know where he is. He said he was going to be early. You guys want to read my birthday lesson? It's a good one. My birthday lesson is lesson 185. So I always come back to this lesson.
Is it your birthday, Tyna?
It's not my birthday today, but the day that my birthday falls on, this is the lesson. So I call it my birthday lesson. And it's lesson 185. I want the peace of God.
Yes.
So whenever anything comes up, I'm just reminded, like that last lesson, I'm just reminded that if I really want the peace of God, do I really want the peace of God? And if I do, it's available. Power of decision is mine. So if you guys want to, I don't know what's going on with him. You guys would like to. I'd like to hear you guys read my birthday lesson. Even though it's not my birthday. Yeah, I'm gonna start because I just love the first part of this. You look at my book, every single line is like highlighted and yeah. I want the peace of God. I want the peace of God. To say these words is nothing. But to mean these words is everything. If you could but mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form, in any place or time. Heaven would be completely given back to full awareness. Memory of God entirely restored. The resurrection of all creation fully recognized. No one can mean these words and not be healed. He cannot play with dreams, nor think he is himself a dream. He cannot make a hell and think it real. He wants the peace of God, and it is given him, for that is all he wants, and that is all he will receive. Many have said these words, but few indeed have meant them. You have but to look upon the world you see around you to be sure how very few they are. The world would be completely changed should any two agree these words express the only thing they want. I'll read one more paragraph. Two minds with one intent become so strong that what they will becomes the will of God. For minds can only join in truth. In dreams, no two can share the same intent. To each, the hero of the dream is different. The outcome wanted not the same for both. Loser and gainer merely shift about in changing patterns as the ratio of gain to loss and loss to gain takes on a different aspect or another form. I'll do one more. Yet compromise alone a dream can bring. Sometimes it takes the form of union, but only the form. The meaning must escape the dream, for compromising is the goal of dreaming. Minds cannot unite in dreams. They merely bargain. And what bargain can give them the peace of God? Illusions come to take his place. And what he means is lost to sleeping minds intent on compromise, each to his gain and to another's loss. If anyone feels to read.
I would love to hear you read like all of it.
Oh, no. I would love to hear you read some of it.
Keep reading.
Okay. To mean you want the peace of God is to renounce all dreams. For no one means these words who wants illusions, and who therefore seeks the means by which bring illusions. He has looked on them and found them wanting. Now he seeks to go beyond them, recognizing that another dream would offer nothing more than all the others. Dreams are one to him, and he has learned their only difference is one of form. For one will bring the same despair and misery as do the rest. The mind, which means that all it wants is peace, must join with other minds, for that is how peace is obtained. And when the wish for peace is genuine, the means for finding it is given in a form each mind that seeks for it in honesty can understand. Whatever form the lesson takes is planned for him in such a way that he cannot mistake it if his asking is sincere. But if he asks without sincerity, there is no form in which the lesson will meet with acceptance and be truly learned. Let us today devote our practicing to recognizing that we really mean the words we say. We want the peace of God. This is no idle wish. These words do not request another dream be given us. They do not ask for compromise, nor try to make another bargain in the hope that there may yet be one that can succeed where all the rest have failed. To mean these words acknowledges illusions are in vain, requesting the eternal in the place of shifting dreams which seem to change in what they offer, but are one in nothingness. Today, devote your practice periods to careful searching of your mind to find the dreams you cherish still. What do you ask for in your heart? Forget the words you use in making your requests. Consider but what you believe will comfort you and bring you happiness. But be you not dismayed by lingering illusions, for their form is not what matters now. Let not some dreams be more acceptable, reserving shame and secrecy for others. They are one. And being one question should be asked of all of them. Is this what I would have in place of heaven and the peace of God? This is the choice you make. Be not deceived that it is otherwise. No compromise is possible in this. You choose God's peace, or you have asked for dreams. And dreams will come as you requested them. Yet, will God's peace come just as certainly and to remain with you forever? It will not be gone with every twist and turning of the road to reappear unrecognized in forms which shift and change with every step you take. You want the peace of God. And so do all who seem to ask for dreams. For them as well as for yourself, you ask but this when you make this request with deep sincerity. For thus you reach to what they really want and join your own intent with what they seek above all things, perhaps unknown to them, but sure to you. You have been weak at times. Uncertain in your purpose and unsure of what you wanted, where to look for it, and where to turn for help in the attempt. Help has been given you. And would you not avail yourself of it by sharing it? No one who truly seeks the peace of God can fail to find it. For he merely asks that he deceive himself no longer by denying to himself what is God's will. Who can remain unsatisfied who asks for what he has already? Who can be unanswered who requests an answer which is his to give? The peace of God is yours. For you was peace created, given you by its creator, and established as his own eternal gift. How can you fail when you but ask for what he wills for you? And how could your request be limited to you alone? No gift of God can be unshared. It is this attribute that sets the gifts of God apart from every dream that ever seemed to take the place of truth. No one can lose. Everyone must gain. Whenever any gift of God has been requested and received by anyone, God gives but to unite. To take away is meaningless to him. And when it is as meaningless to you, you can be sure you share one will with him and he with you. And you will also know you share one will with all your brothers whose intent is yours. And it is this one intent we seek today, uniting our desires with the need of every heart, the call of every mind, the hope that lies beyond despair, the love attack would hide, the brotherhood that hate has sought to sever, but which still remains as God created it. With help like this beside us, can we fail today as we request the peace of God be given us? Lesson 185, y'all. Lesson 185. Oh,
I don't think that
oh,
I don't think I've ever heard a lesson read so beautifully. I loved it.
oh, find your birthday lesson.
Yeah, I want to now.
Yeah, find your birthday lesson.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was beautiful.
oh, well, thanks for letting me share my birthday lesson.
What was it? 185.
When is
185, yeah.
when is your birthday?
4th of July.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big paradox, you know. I want to be independent. I want to be a real boy. Yeah. So, lovelies.
I'll share birthday lessons until he
yes.
comes.
Cool. Awesome.
I think I've got mine here.
Cool. Let's hear your birthday lessons. Beautiful.
Guys,
Did you-
I'm gonna
Oh.
jump off the call. I'm really sorry. It's been beautiful. It's my wedding anniversary. It's later on. My husband's just in the front room, and we're just gonna spend a bit of time together.
That's beautiful, and well, you should.
Happy
Thanks for spending a bit
anniversary.
of time with us.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Charmaine.
Bye,
Really lifted my
Charmaine.
heart.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, who wants to go next with the birthday lesson? Or whatever you feel to read, if you want to, or whatever you feel to do, speak or whatever. I think Janine found hers and Gemma found hers, right?
I think Gemma, did you?
Yeah, I think so. 225.
225. Let's see.
13th of August.
Ooh, you're in the beautiful section.
I'm August too.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliantly.
Oh, you're in the beautiful.
Okay,
part.
wait, 225. Is that where we are?
Yeah, so on here it's only got 2 paragraphs, is that right?
Yeah, you're in the that's in the beautiful, the prayer part when.
Yeah, it's lots of prayers, isn't it? Okay. This is going to be a treat.
I'm trying to find it.
This is a beauty. Oh.
God is my Father, and his Son loves him. Father, I must return your love for me. For giving and receiving are the same. And you have given all your love to me. I must return it, for I want it mine in full awareness, blazing in my mind and keeping it within its kindly light. Inviolate, beloved, with fear behind and only peace ahead. Ooh. How still the way your loving Son is led along to you.
Oof.
Brother, we find that stillness now. The way is open. Now we follow it in peace together. You have reached your hand to me, and I will never leave you. We are one, and it is but this oneness that we seek as we accomplish these few final steps, which end a journey that was not begun. Thanks so much, Tina, for this.
I guess mine is 235.
Ooh.
All right. God, in his mercy, wills that I be saved. I need but look upon all things that seem to hurt me, and with perfect certainty assure myself, God wills that I be saved from this, and merely watch them disappear. I need but keep in my mind, my Father's will for me is only happiness, to find that only happiness has come to me. And I need but remember that God's love surrounds his Son and keeps his sinlessness forever perfect, to be sure that I am saved and safe forever in his arms. I am the Son he loves. I am saved because God in his mercy wills it so. Father, your holiness is mine. Your love created me and made my sinlessness forever a part of you. I have no guilt nor sin in me, for there is none in you. Did you look yours up, Barrie?
Well, I think Gemma said she was the 13th of August. You've gone 10 later. Is that right, Gemma? You were the 13th? Because I'm the one after.
You're the 14th?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Okay.
So I must be 226.
You're two.
I
what
hope
is
I've calculated that right now. Well, it's right, whatever it is.
You guys are really cool. You guys are, oh, you know what? Ooh.
So
You guys are both in the special lessons too. You guys know, like do you feel to read the special lesson that precedes your both you and Gemma? Yours is what is forgiveness?
yeah.
You feel to read that?
What do you
One of
mean?
you? Yeah.
So that
You're in the section where there's a special lesson that's prior to the lesson. It's really cool. And your section is what is forgiveness, and Janine's
Oh,
is what
okay.
is salvation. I believe, I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay.
oh yeah, I found what is forgiveness.
Does anyone feel too? Do you feel too?
Okay. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. It does not pardon sins and make them real. It sees that there was no sin. And in that view are all your sins forgiven. What is sin except a false idea about God's Son? Forgiveness merely sees its falsity and therefore lets it go. What then is free to take its place is now the will of God. An unforgiving thought is one which makes a judgment that it will not raise to doubt, although it is not true. I'm going to read that again because I don't think I got that. An unforgiving thought is one which makes a judgment that it will not raise to doubt, although it is not true. The
Can
mind
you
is
read that one
closed.
more time? Sorry.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. An unforgiving thought is one which makes a judgment that it will not raise to doubt, although it is not true. The mind is closed and will not be released. The thought protects projection, tightening its chains so that distortions are more veiled and more obscure, less easily accessible to doubt, further kept from reason. What can come between a fixed projection and the aim that it has chosen as its wanted goal? An unforgiving thought does many things. In frantic action, it pursues its goal, twisting and overturning what it sees as interfering with its chosen path. Distortion is its purpose, and the means by which it would accomplish it as well. It sets about its furious attempts to smash reality without concern for anything that would appear to pose a contradiction to its point of view. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is still and quietly does nothing. It offends no aspect of reality, nor seeks to twist it to appearances it likes. It merely looks and waits and judges not. He who would not forgive must judge, for he must justify his failure to forgive. But he who would forgive himself must learn to welcome truth exactly as it is. Do nothing then, and let forgiveness show you what to do through him who is your guide, your saviour and protector, strong in hope and certain of your ultimate success. He has forgiven you already, for such is his function, given him by God. Now must you share his function and forgive whom he has saved, whose sinlessness he sees, and whom he honours as the Son of God. Forgive whom he has saved, whose sinless he sees, and whom he honours as the Son of God.
It's good. What's your birthday?
14th of August. So if Gemma was right, that's 226. Is that right?
Yeah.
226.
Wait, can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
What does hasten mean? I will hasten, like go.
I will hurry.
Okay. Thank you.
I won't delay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were some quite tough bits of language in that last one, I thought.
Yeah, sometimes I have to Google words
So
while
26.
I'm reading.
Yeah, there were some sentences that were quite complex actually in that last one. They're not normally so complex.
You know what? This section I found is really confronting that what is forgiveness, because it, just like in the earlier lessons, it really turns our concept of forgiveness upside down. So I just think with this, and I think it's pretty significant that these are put in here at the end after we do all the undoing, just as this really strong, like, in their prayers, like just really prayerful about like reading this or prayerful in opening up to it, because the mind is not going to grasp it, because it's totally like forgiveness does nothing. And it just when it talks about the unforgiving, what an unforgiving thought has to do. It has to do a whole lot of stuff to stay there. It makes you feel like shit. But man, we are committed to that. We're so committed to it. It makes you feel like shit, but I'm committed to you're wrong and I'm right. And it's like asking just for an openness to be willing to be wrong. And I love that second paragraph. So I mean, but like trying to understand it is not going to be helpful, I don't think. I think like really just prayerful.
And there is a bit, Tina, as well, I think, in the etymology, the way a word is, because you're right. We have a certain idea of what forgiveness is, which is usually based on our judgment that someone's wrong, right? So forgiving them is going, okay, you can be wrong. That's not what this is saying at all, is it? But if you look at that word, forgiven, it means already given. Forgiven. If you break that down into the origins of language, it's already given.
I've
just already given.
Never done that.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, and look what unforgiveness is. It's one which makes a judgment that it will not raise to doubt, although it's not true. Like you just said, it's forgiven. But I'm gonna, and you need the judgment.
Mm.
You need to have that judgment. It comes right in after. But that's what, forgiveness is still does nothing.
Mm.
But yeah, it's I would say be prayerful.
Mm.
And I think it's really significant that we're reading it today and using your lessons. Like, nothing is like random. So it's given us to read today.
Shall I read 226?
I wish you would.
Mm-hmm.
My home awaits me. I will hasten there. If I so choose, I can depart this world entirely. It's not death which makes this possible, but it is change of mind about the purpose of the world. If I believe it has value, as I see it now, so will it still remain for me. If I see no value in the world as I behold it, nothing that I want to keep as mine or search for as a goal, it will depart from me.
Mm.
If I see no value in the world as I behold it, nothing that I want to keep as mine or search for as a goal, it will depart from me. For I have not sought for illusions to replace the truth. Father, my home awaits my glad return. Your arms are open and I hear your voice. What need have I to linger in a place of vain desires and of shattered dreams, when heaven can so easily be mine?
Love that lesson.
Hmm.
Are you going to read What is Salvation, Janine?
Sure. What?
It's like 2 pages. It's like 407. So this is the special lesson that's prior to yours. Because yours birthday was, which one was yours?
To
3-5.
Ah, yeah. So yours is What is Salvation?
okay.
Oof.
Salvation is a promise made by God that you would find your way to Him at last. It cannot but be kept. It guarantees that time will have an end, and all the thoughts that have been born in time will end as well. God's word is given every mind which thinks that it has separate thoughts and will replace these thoughts of conflict with the thought of peace. The thought of peace was given to God's Son the instant that his mind had thought of war. There was no need for such a thought before, for peace was given without opposite and merely was. But when the mind split, there is a need of healing. So the thought that has the power to heal the split became a part of every fragment of the mind that still was one. So the thought, sorry, I'm gonna read it again. So the thought that has the power to heal the split became a part of every fragment of the mind that still was one, but failed to recognize its oneness. Now it did not know itself and thought its own identity was lost. Salvation is undoing in the sense that it does nothing, failing to support the world of dreams and malice. Thus, it lets illusions go. By not supporting them, it merely lets them quietly go down to dust. And what they hid is now revealed, an altar to the holy name of God, whereon his word is written, with the gifts of your forgiveness laid before it, and the memory of God not far behind. Let us come daily to this holy place and spend a while together. Here we share our final dream. It is a dream in which there is no sorrow, for it holds a hint of all the glory given us by God. The grass is pushing through the soil. The trees are budding. The trees are budding now, and birds have come to live within their branches. Earth is being born again in new perspective. Night has gone, and we have come together in the light. We have come together in the light. From here, we give salvation to the world, for it is here salvation was received. The song of our rejoicing is the call to all the world that freedom is returned, that time is almost over, and God's Son has but an instant more to wait until his Father is remembered. Dreams are done. Eternity has shined away the world, and only heaven now exists at all.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Do you
you.
guys, do you guys remember the page where it talks about the bridge? It's like,
That you read last week?
no, it's what would it be in?
Chapter 16, number 6, the bridge to the real world.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Does anyone want to read that? Or
I don't mind starting to read it. Is this the right one? Janine, is this what you meant?
yeah,
Section 2?
is that okay, Tina?
It's fine, whatever you feel to do. I don't know where we are then. Where you are.
What chapter is
Chapter 16, section 6. It's page 345 in the FIP.
Hmm.
If I slide off, folks, I'm just my
No, and
I'm
it's
so tired today.
becoming late for you too. So
Yeah, but I would like to hear it. I can't seem to find it on my phone here, but I'd love to hear a little bit of it.
Okay.
Can I ask something first though? What was it about this? What is it that made you want to read?
I just remember reading like just the bridges, I guess, where I want to get to, and it makes me happy to think about getting to the real world, I guess.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to hear that. Okay, cool.
Okay. The bridge to the real world. The search for the special relationship is a sign that you equate yourself with the ego and not with God. For the special relationship has value only to ego. To the ego, unless a relationship has special value, it has no meaning. It perceives all others special. Yet this cannot be natural. For it is unlike the relationship of God and his Son, and all relationships that are unlike this one must be unnatural. For God created love as he would have it be and gave it as it is. Love has no meaning except as its creator defined it by his will. It is impossible to define it otherwise and understand it. Love is freedom. To look for it by placing yourself in bondage is to separate yourself from it. For the love of God no longer seeking for union in separation, nor for freedom in bondage. As you release, so will you be released. Forget this not, or love will be unable to find you and comfort you. There is a way in which the Holy Spirit asks your help if you would have his. The Holy Instant is his most helpful aid in protecting you from the attraction of guilt. The real lure in the special relationship. You do not recognize that this is its real appeal, for the ego has taught you that freedom lies in it. Yet the closer you look at the special relationship, the more apparent it becomes that it must foster guilt and therefore must imprison. The special relationship is totally meaningless without a body. If you value it, you must also value the body, and what you value you will keep. The special relationship is a device for limiting yourself to a body and for limiting your perception of others to theirs. The great rays would establish the total lack of value of the special relationship if they were seen. For in seeing them, the body would disappear because its value would be lost. So your whole investment in seeing it will be withdrawn from it. You see the world you value. On this side of the bridge, you see the world of separate bodies, seeking to join each other in separate unions and to become one by losing. When two individuals seek to become one, they are trying to decrease their magnitude. Each would deny his power, for the separate union excludes the universe. Far more is left outside than would be taken in, but God is left without and nothing taken in. If one such union were made in perfect faith, the universe would enter into it. If one such union were made in perfect faith, the universe would enter into it. Yet the special relationship the ego seeks does not include even one whole individual. The ego wants but part of him and sees only this part and nothing else. Should I keep reading, or does somebody else want to read? Janine, do you want to read?
Wow, Janine,
Read
you
it.
disappeared in the light.
I know, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? No, don't come back.
Holy moly, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Are you guys good if I keep reading?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part too. Across the bridge, it is so different. For a time, the body is still seen, but not exclusively as it is seen here. The little spark that holds the great rays within it is also visible, and this spark cannot be limited long to littleness. Once you have crossed the bridge, the value of the body is so diminished in your sight that you will see no need at all to magnify it, for you will realize that the only value the body has is to enable you to bring your brothers to the bridge with you and to be released together there. The bridge itself is nothing more than a transition in the perspective of reality. On this side, everything you see is grossly distorted and completely out of perspective. What is little and insignificant is magnified, and what is strong and powerful cut down to littleness. In the transition, there is a period of confusion in which a sense of actual disorientation may occur. But fear it not, for it means only that you have been willing to let go your hold on the distorted frame of reference that seemed to hold your world together. This frame of reference is built around the special relationship. Without this illusion, there could be no meaning you would still seek here. Someone else want to read?
I'll read.
Lots of love, everybody. Good night.
Bye. I'm
Good
going to stick
night.
with you, Gemma. I'll message you because there's something I want to share with you. I'll share with you guys before we leave. But I'll
Right,
message
okay.
you.
Lots of love. Bye.
Lots of love. All right. We're at 8, right? Fear not that you will be abruptly lifted up and hurled into reality. Time is kind. And if you use it on behalf of reality, this is nice, it will keep gentle pace with you in your transition. The urgency is only in dislodging your mind from its fixed position here. This will not leave you homeless and without a frame of reference. The period of disorientation which precedes the actual transition is far shorter than the time it took to fix your mind so firmly on illusions. Delay will hurt you now more than before, only because you realize it is delay and that escape from pain is really possible. Find hope and comfort rather than despair in this. You could not long find even the illusion of love in any special relationship here, for you are no longer wholly insane, and you would soon recognize the guilt of self-betrayal for what it is. Nothing you seek to strengthen in the special relationship is really part of you, and you cannot keep part of the thought system that taught you it was real and understand the thought that knows what you are. That was a capital T. You have allowed the capital T thought of your reality to enter your mind, and because you invited it, it will abide with you. Your love for it will not allow you to betray yourself, and you could not enter into a relationship where it could not go with you, where you would not want to be apart from it. Be glad you have escaped the mockery of salvation the ego offered you, and look not back with longing on the travesty it made of your relationships. Now no one need suffer, for you have come too far to yield to the illusion of the beauty and holiness of guilt. Only the wholly insane could look on death and suffering, sickness and despair, and see it thus. What guilt has wrought is ugly, fearful, and very dangerous. See no illusion of truth and beauty there, and be you thankful that there is a place where truth and beauty wait for you. Go on to meet them gladly and learn how much awaits you for the simple willingness to give up nothing because it is nothing. You want me to finish this up?
Yeah.
All right. The new perspective you will gain from crossing over will be the understanding of where heaven is. From this side, it seems to be outside and across the bridge. Yet, as you cross to join it, it will join with you and become one with you. And you will think in glad astonishment that for all this, you gave up nothing. The joy of heaven, which has no limit, is increased with each light that returns to take its rightful place within it. Wait no longer for the love of God and you, and may the holy instant speed you on the way, as it will surely do if you but let it come to you. The Holy Spirit asks only this little help of you. This is the only thing I have highlighted. Whenever your thoughts wander to a special relationship which still attracts you, enter with him, capital H, into a holy instant, and there let capital H, him, release you. He needs only your willingness to share his perspective to give it to you completely. And your willingness need not be complete because his is perfect. It is his task to atone for your unwillingness by his perfect faith. And it is his faith you share with him there. Out of your recognition of your unwillingness for your release, his perfect willingness is given you. Call upon him, for heaven is at his call, and let him call on heaven for you. Thank you.
That's a really nice section.
Yeah. Takes me right back to one of my favorite sections, little willingness. It can just stay in there. So grateful. Oh, thank you for letting us read this. Look at you in the light.
Yeah.
You need to go, Tina. And
I feel to be quiet for a minute, if that's okay with you guys. Just like to
no problem.
Just if you feel to leave, I don't know. Did you want to do something else, sweetie?
No, if you guys want to keep reading, I will, and if you're done, then that's good too. Whatever.
I'm feeling kind of done. Oh, I wanted to share something with you guys. This is feeling really nice. I don't really want to talk practical stuff actually. Or maybe I'll put it in the chat, or I'll just message you. I just really feel to be this feels like a nice something to be still on. I don't know. And if you feel otherwise, let me know. I'd like to create another opportunity for us to study and find what feels
To read together, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would like that. I really like reading the course with other people. I just enjoy it.
I do too. Yeah, I would like to create another opportunity for it. So maybe we can join and talk about that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
It's a good meeting.
Yeah, I don't know where our brother is, and I'm sure it's all good. Oh wow, that light is like amazing on you right now. Crazy, crazy. I looked up and I couldn't see you at all. I was like, wow, what a beautiful symbol. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. What a beautiful symbol. Barrie, I was so moved by you today. Thank you so much, brother. I was in a spot, in a place in my mind that you were very helpful in touching. It's really in a spot. I'm just so grateful for you. Grateful for everyone. Just wanted to say that because there was a spot in my mind that you really, maybe my heart, and you really opened up for me. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Couldn't do that without you all. Yeah, it's been good for me this evening. Really great.
Yeah, so let me let me know what you're thinking for if you want to open up another spot, because
I mean
I'll make whatever it is work, because that's
so I'll tell you what, I'll speak to you and we'll make something that's since it's sort of prompted by you,
Okay.
I'll just, we'll make a time that's good for you. While I'm got you guys on the line, I'm just gonna practically, so trying to help brother finish his lessons. He's got like 100 to go. So we were thinking just to support him by maybe having another gathering where he does his lessons. And if anybody cares to support, it's probably going to be a wonky time for us in the States or in America. It's probably going to be a wonky time. Might be an early morning. I don't know, how your schedule or your life runs, Barrie, but it might be an early AM meeting for you. And I'll keep you guys updated. Just want to try to help him finish up the workbook lesson. So yeah, look forward to something like that in the chat. So, and then
Okay.
Janine, I'll
Sounds
reach
good.
out to you and see if we can find another space. What else is there to do, right?
Mhm.
Find another
Yeah.
space to do.
Yeah.
I think a little study joining would be nice. So.
Yeah.
All right, loves.
Okay.
I so
Bye, you guys.
appreciate
Thank you.
So
Love you
appreciate
all.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you, Barrie.
And you. And you.